I'm doing it?
Who the f*** are you?
This week on Poor People, we're making a Shirley Temple. My name's Mike. I'm the producer. I'm the head of the producer team here at Poor People. First, we start with some ice and put it in a cup. This is grenadine. I'm missing it's Sprite. Got it. Done.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Cherries? And aren't there supposed to be cherry? Fuck. This is for Almond Joys! Got it. Thanks.
How do my eyebrows look? Good? Cool. Today we're making Grandma Shirley's. Dirty Shirley's. It's kind of like a Shirley Temple, but way dirtier. Get your glasses, get some ice. I'm making two. One of our interns wants one. We checked his ID, so it's fine. Put the vodka in, just like a normal amount of vodka. Yeah, I need the grenadine. After you find your grenadine, then you put it in the thing. And then you add Sprite on top. Give that a good little mix there. Got another one. Thank you, sir. That was our other producer. And there you go, Grandma's Dirty Shirley's. My grandma's name is actually Shirley. Cherries on top also. The more texture on the cherry, the better is what I found. I don't even like cherries. Are we going?
Yeah, rolling.
So I mowed my lawn today. Got another base coat. Not as good as Anna's though.
I am peeling like a chameleon, but welcome to Poor People.
Welcome to Poor People. Let's see. What's new? What's happened recently? We just filmed at Bombard. That just got released today.
Yep.
That's cool. We have 200 followers on our Instagram. That's super awesome.
If you are watching us and you're not following, liking, or anything like that, I'm coming for you.
Yeah, for real.
Won't say names at this time, but
We're going to have a guest list of people that we will have on the guest and then people that don't like our stuff that want to be guest lists. 2 separate guest lists. No, but seriously, thank you guys all for everything. It's been amazing. The love and support that we've gotten from everybody is super cool. Because we kind of just threw this all together and like, we had an idea and we just, making it come to life is super fucking awesome. So, yeah. Okay. Poor people. What's new with you guys?
What's the soup of the day?
Oh, soup of the day. Dirty Shirley.
Are you here? You gonna remember this?
Yeah.
Soup of the day.
Soup of the day.
Okay.
Dirty
cheers.
Shirley's. Cheers.
every
love how
time.
every time.
I forgot to do
It's
mine.
such a bartender thing too. Like you take shots with someone, we definitely do that and we cheers. Did you?
Isn't there a reason for it though? Isn't there like some significance to it?
There is. I don't know what it is, but the fact that we do that every time, even though it's not.
I think it's an Iowa thing too. I think it might
Really?
be an Iowa thing. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't really. I guess it could be elsewhere, but I feel like I see it most here.
That's fair. We wanted to talk about walkouts.
It's not an Ohio thing, is what I'm being told. I just got this in. It's not an Ohio thing.
So
People have spoken.
Okay.
walkouts. We want to talk about walkouts.
Walkouts. Well, hold on. So this is also just coming in. Yep. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, I'm now being told that you do tap the table for those that can't be with us.
Oh.
So it's like in a memoriam thing.
Okay.
Cute.
I do like that a lot.
Yeah. So we're actually doing the right thing here.
We are.
One more time for those that can't be with us. Poor people. Okay, so we're also both losing our voices.
I am. I'm losing my voice. So if I stop talking.
We have a surprise guest. It's Ratatouille. We've got the raccoon that lives in my dumpster on the podcast currently.
Yes, we do.
Our next guest has been smoking for the last 60 years.
Can you shut up so we can do this? We're talking about walkouts. Haley, please take the reins. So I don't.
Walkouts. Okay. I feel like at the end of the night we have like 10 to 20 open tabs.
Really?
Oh, okay. That are open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like complete walkouts.
Okay.
That's interesting. Do you think it's just because it's downtown? Like, it's just, you're right next to everything?
Yeah,
like...
and it's always, like, from the end of the night. Like, they open their tab and then I don't know, they're so drunk by then.
Well, because I feel like I always forget to not pay my tab there. And I'll text you and I'll text Jacob and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I've literally had nightmares about not paying my tab.
You keep saying that, and you've literally never walked out on your open tab.
I could have sworn I did it this last weekend too, and then I was like, I'm not going to text anybody this time. I'm just going to see if they text me first. And I didn't, and we were good. So
I would cover your tab.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
How many of them go through though? Like even though that they're walkouts, like yeah, you have 10 to 20 of them, but have any of them ever declined?
Yeah, a couple, and it's been the same person a couple of times. So now I'm like
kind of watching them.
Yeah.
Have you ever
I accidentally close his tab the first time.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. Like,
I don't leave it open anymore because I think he does it on purpose, and then he leaves before the end of the night and doesn't come back.
Do you tell him that he had like his card declined the last time? He had to put like his extra stuff on his new tab that he started?
No, I didn't. But this was one of Jeremiah's friends or Jacob's friends. I don't know. So I like told him, I was like, hey, his card declined last time. And I think like Jeremiah offered to like pay his tab or something. But
okay.
But it's happened before with the same guy. So then that could be a good tip, is just accidentally close out their tabs and just like, I have actually done that before too though, especially when there's like, it's not necessarily that people, this might be a little like judgmental, but like, no, I guess not judgmental, but there are times where it's like, I have a feeling this kid's not going to pay me. And so like, I'll just close out their tab immediately. And it's like, it's more based on like how they're acting at the bar. You know, it's like if they're kind of being like a nuisance to other bartenders or other patrons, I'm like, okay, this guy's kind of being annoying. I'm just going to close out his tab, pay it, and then he can just pay as he goes from here on out. Because we do that at the bar is like if you come in, we start you a tab, but it's like we don't get your card right away. We just keep the tab in the computer. So we don't get a lot of people that actually like walk out on their tab, or if they do, we're like watching them, or if we know that they are. But most of the time, it's kind of like the honor system a little bit. It's like, oh no. But then the thing is like when they have like 14 drinks and they're buying drinks for their buddies and all this, they can be like, well, I didn't order that. It's like, well, no, you did because you came up to me and ordered it, you know? So It's like, it's one of those things. It's like, it obviously happens different everywhere.
We don't really have a whole lot of walkouts, but when we do, it's like people that we didn't grab a card from and that we know they're going to be there either the next day or like 2 days later. It's just kind of annoying though when their cards decline, because we're probably never going to see that person again. It's normally the cards that do decline. We don't see them ever again, or like we'll see them again in like 4 months or anything like that. So it's definitely a hit or miss. It's kind of annoying because you rack up $100 tab and then your card declines. Whoa. Bro.
How often do you think that happens, like to that amount?
No, I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but when my first day back to Tonic,
Of course.
my first day, I'm the new kid on the block now, a $72 tab got declined. That's a pretty hefty tab.
Yeah, that's a big tab,
And
especially
I got
for just drinks.
Yep, and I got their card and everything like that, and it declined as I was closing it at 2:00.
Do you think they're doing that on purpose, that they have like a declined card that, like, even if you have a declined card with Toast, doesn't
with Toast, it pre-authorizes it for the amount that you ring in at the time. So it doesn't actually pre-authorize the full 72 until I send it in to pay it. So that's the one thing that's very frustrating with that, is that even though it pre-authorizes it, it only pre-authorizes it for the first total becoming of that tab. And then at night, it will decline if there's not enough money on there. So sometimes we like void off like whatever it is, and then we rerun the card on it, since like that it took that total amount the first time. So let's say that it was like only $13.50 that it took the first time. We do get like that amount out.
Got taken for all they got.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stealing. When you walk out and your card declines, it's stealing. And
is.
especially if I'm not going to see you again, you're costing me money, you're costing my bar money. Like, we're here everything has a cycle. So yeah, it's technically stealing if your card declines on a $72 tab.
So obviously we all work in like a smaller town, but in a smaller city. But I'm just saying with Like, how often do you guys do the honor system? Like, with people that you know? Like, if you have somebody, like,
a lot.
that's, like, they forget to pay and that they'll be back tomorrow.
I'll message
Really?
them and say, like, hey, like, you left your card here. Just so you know, like, your tab's open. If you could come back and pay it tomorrow. Everyone's really good. You know what I mean? Like, you know how you try to text Haley or Jacob or anything like that. And you're like, hey, did I leave my tab open? And you didn't. I mean, that's where that system works for the people that are honest to a fault. So it's just it's nice to have things like that, and I'm not mad by any means at anyone for leaving their tab open.
Yeah, they'll be back.
Yeah, but like when it's a $72 tab and someone's card declines, it's like, oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
Do you ever ask someone for their card and they get like offended that you want to start them a tab with their card?
Yeah, so when you start a tab, I either need cash or a card. Only because, like, when we start tabs, I'm either going to cash you out with your cash, if you're just paying cash, or I'm going to take your card. 9 times out of 10, people go, oh, I want to start a tab with a card, but I'll pay you in cash. I'm like, okay, great. Sometimes with that, people walk out and their cards decline because they're supposed to be paying me in cash, but then they end up leaving.
Yeah.
There's 2 bamboozles to this.
Yep. So then we don't do that anymore. I'm like, you're either going to start a tab and I need your card, or I'm going to ring in your stuff and we're going to close out your tab every time, which is totally fine. Especially when I get busy. I close out every single tab when I get busy. I'm not leaving anything open.
I've started doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like at the bars that you guys work at, you definitely have to do that because they are bigger. They're bigger bars. They're more popular. There's more people coming in and out of them at random. There could be people coming into town for a concert and, they just go downtown and get drinks. Whereas, like, I work at a bar restaurant, so it's like it's pretty much always the honor system is like unless they tell me that they're going to cash out right away, I pretty much just start them a tab and then just kind of wait and watch them, which also goes into like not drinking behind the bar because you want to make sure you get paid.
So I guess the tip of the day would be close out
only use
tabs.
fake debit cards and use a fake debit card with only at least $15 on it. And then if you have that, offer to pay for cash also and then walk out. 2 tips. What were your tips?
My tip is to close everyone out, right?
Yeah.
When you start their tabs, just close them out. And if they get upset about it, be like, I'm sorry.
It's your job.
We've been burned too many times, and that's what I've been told to do.
Yeah.
And that is, at the end of the day, what it is. It is what it is.
You're not lying.
No,
but that is a good tip. Always close out your tabs. We'll have 2 sketch tips for every one good tip.
I swear.
Our team of producers is going to have a fun time putting all these in.
So my favorite thing when someone asks you random, they ask you, what do you spend your money on? The money that you make. What do you spend your money on?
How often do people ask you that?
A couple.
Like at the bar, like regulars ask you that?
Yeah, they're like, how much do you think you make? And I go, oh, I say I make enough. Like, I don't want to talk about what I make, but yeah, no, I make enough. I go, that's how I pay for my things. That's how I pay for my car. That's how I pay for where I live. That's how I go on my vacations and things like that. Like, people don't think a bartender job is an actual 9-to-5 job. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't think that we have like a set paycheck or anything like that. And
okay, hold on. Do you think that should we tell everybody what we make right now?
no.
What do you make in a night on like an average
On like a Friday night? Yeah. What do you make? Let's just go from there.
How many bartenders do you have on, and what do you make in a night?
So I work from 7 to 2. And we stop, 7 to 2, so that's 7 hours.
You can give a rough estimate.
We split hourly. Stop it.
Actually, I want receipts. I want exact change.
It depends on how many hours you work, and there's 3 bartenders on. One works 5, the other one works 2, because I have to have someone do like the farmer's market stuff.
So then between the 3 of you, how much do you think the bar makes? Like in tips a night, on a Friday night?
All together?
Yeah, like, so you don't have to say exactly how much, because everybody will make different, obviously.
It's like literally from $100 to $1,200, depending on what's going on that day.
Nice.
That is like, with all of our tips combined, would be from $100 to $1,200. Use your imagination, whatever you want to do. It just depends on the weather, if we have any events going on downtown or anything like that. It all plays a
obviously part. Everybody, it varies on what you'll make from night to night, but yeah, just like an average. What about you, Haley?
I average about $400 on a Friday night.
Like by yourself or like total? Because you normally work by yourself.
Yeah. So
Okay, yeah, that's still
total.
pretty good. I would say like if I have another bartender, it's like anywhere from like 5 to 800 a night on a Friday night.
Nice.
But like I've walked out of there with like 400 before too. But that is like super rare for me. That's like a really busy night because our stuff's super cheap. It's like stupid cheap. Okay, so then now that we know how much we all make and who can afford to make our drinks and not, where were you going with that? There was something. Oh, with people asking you what you spend your money on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like,
So then-
what do you spend your tips on?
So then do you? Yeah,
Because they are paying us. Like our clientele pays us
Yeah.
to make their drinks. That's what your tips are. You're basically paying for.
Paying my bills.
Yeah, you're paying my bills.
Absolutely. But do you have like a saving system that you do? Like I've known other like servers and bartenders that'll like put all their fives and ones in like a safe, you know, or like if they have hundreds, they'll only put hundreds in the safe and keep everything else. Do you
wish
have
I
like a
was that
saving
person.
system?
No.
I don't either, dude.
No.
I used to when I was like full-time bartending and serving, I did. But I would just like save my fives basically. And then like after 2 weeks or something, I'd go put it in the bank.
Right now I am saving, but I'm saving up for like
Bali.
no. Bali's super cheap, honestly. It's super cheap to
Really?
go there. Yeah, it's super cheap to go there. But
Do they have bars there?
yes.
We should have a Poor People podcast out in Bali. Anybody out in Bali, invite us out there. We'll go out
I'll
there.
FaceTime when I'm out
We hear
there.
it's super cheap out there.
I
Now we're not gonna get invited.
I save my I don't know. I save my money. I have a savings account. There's a good chunk of change in there. But I don't like to spend my
How
money
much
on
is in
all
the
of it.
savings account? I'm
You
just
leave me
kidding. Don't
alone.
answer that.
You leave me alone.
No, but I think so. I guess I would say I use bartending as like my fun money. So I definitely do find myself like working a bar on a Saturday morning, and then like tipping out the bartender after my shift, and then going out to bomb or tonic or something like that. And that's usually like I try to keep it at least like a night or a day where I don't have anything to do. So because I have a pretty busy schedule, just saying. I had to mow today. That was part of my schedule. But yeah, no, I think a lot of people do that. A lot of people will like work a bar shift and then like spend their money at the bar right after.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like you look the next morning, you made like $200 on a bar shift, and you're like, "Fuck, I only got $60."
It's really easily done, to spend all your money. But
Well, and it's hard too because like especially like if you guys are serving me at a bar, I'm gonna tip you guys well because obviously I love you guys. So it's like I want to like make sure that it's worth my time being there and for you as well,
yeah.
But I obviously like if I'm like running tight on cash and that $200 is running low, I'm gonna have to tip a little bit less. But obviously you're gonna take care of the people that you care about.
Yeah, so that's normally what I spend my money on vacation. So I go on vacation at least once a month, and we just have that flexible
Do you
schedule.
quit every time too? Oh, Anna quit
That's
again.
another tip.
I'm quitting.
Another
right
tip
now.
of the day.
Anna quit. She's going to Bali for 2 weeks. She'll be back.
No, I'm going to Bali next year.
Oh, okay. But you're saving up for that now?
No.
Oh, then I don't know what the
I'm
fuck
just
I'm talking
saving
about.
just to save money. Yeah,
Oh,
just
well,
to go
that's
buy a house
stupid.
or a new car.
Why would you do something like that?
Oh, you know what? Or like buy a new camera. I don't know. Haley, what do you spend your money on? Leave me alone.
I don't know. I try to save money, but you know how that goes. I go to a lot of shows, like concerts.
Same. That's where I find most of my money going. In my house and stuff,
I buy a lot of fun groceries for funsies.
Fun groceries for funsies.
Yeah.
What kind of fun groceries are you talking
Go
about?
to Whole Foods for no fucking reason.
Oh.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
Spend an afternoon at Whole Foods.
Yeah, it's one of my hobbies.
What do you get?
that's
What do
weird.
you look for?
I don't. That's the thing.
You just go
That's
there.
the
Yeah,
problem.
That's
Yeah.
that's how that's me in thrifting. That's what I spend my
Yeah,
money on.
same.
I thrift.
Mm-hmm.
I spend a lot of my money on thrifting. I can spend $100 at Goodwill if you leave me
Oh yeah.
long.
Same. Yep.
So very stark differences. I go and be a degenerate with my tip money, and you guys are like buying health food and clothes.
And trips. I'm going on
Two of the
a
things
lot
I
of
don't
trips.
have. Well, I have barbecue sauce, but other than that,
No, but all my money used to, when I drink, like it used to go right back to the bars. But now I.
it's
now I
way
have that
easier
fun.
to
Now
save.
I buy health food.
Yeah, why not? Shit. It's better than alcohol. I mean, especially if we're trying to stay sober.
What was that?
It's adorable.
No, but I think it really is important to at least like do what works best for you. If you are bartending just for like fun, then yeah, use it as your fun money or use it to pay off credit cards or whatever. And then, because there are people that do that, but there's people that like we've hired that are like, hey, I'm not really looking for a full-time gig. I just want to, what are you guys thinking? What's happening here? I was just trying to wrap up the topic.
I know you are.
What was the topic again? I got distracted.
I'm going to lose my voice in this podcast, so we're going to talk about losing our voice at work.
Great.
Have you ever lost your voice at work?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I have to use like a board, an expo board. Sometimes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, one of us has actually done that before where we're like talking. My best friend Hannah has actually done that too. But yeah, it hurts. I'm surprised I'm not like getting deeper again or choking on anything.
Or just like being sick when you're bartending. Because it's like, or if you're not even sick, but obviously like you shouldn't go into work if you're sick. But like just having like the snuffles or like a cough, it like looks really bad, but you're like, I promise I'm fine.
Yeah.
I had a sinus infection a couple months ago and oh my God. It was horrible.
You worked?
Yes.
You worked during?
Yeah, because I was on antibiotics and it wasn't like kicking in just yet. And I was taking Tylenol. I was running a fever, not because I was contagious, but like because I had such a bad sinus infection from allergies that I just couldn't breathe. I'm not a mouth breather. I'm a nose breather. So I'm like mouth breathing on everyone because I can't breathe. And then like I'm constantly blowing my nose and washing my hands and things like that. I got so tired. Mouth breathing sucks.
Especially, well, yeah, you guys don't serve food, but it's like, yeah, if you're running a fever and you're serving food, you definitely can't be there.
Well, and like I was taking Tylenol, so I wasn't running a fever for that long. You know what I mean? It was
Right.
just like for like maybe 30 minutes until the Tylenol kicked in, and that's what it was. But it's just like your body like trying to get out all that snot in your face. Yummy, so great. I really don't like working hungover though. That's one thing I hate because when you're hungover and you smell that alcohol and you're like,
Oh my gosh, tequila. Smelling the tequila when you're hungover is...
Have you ever had like a when you're bartending hungover though, and you like are just killing it, and you're like,
No.
Never? I have had that happen to me before, where it's like I don't know what I'm doing. I go in with no expectations at all, and then I'm just like halfway through my shift, I'm like, damn, I'm killing it today.
That might
I guess that's
all
just
be
me.
in your head.
Yeah, probably. I'm just like dropping plates, like throwing shit everywhere. I'm mixing all these drinks wrong. I'm killing it right now.
No, like I'm like in the fetal position. Like when I worked at the restaurant I worked at, I fall asleep in a booth. My ass.
I sleep in booths all the time, dude.
I fall asleep
All
in
the time.
I was like, don't bother me. I'm here, but don't bother me. You fall asleep in the cooler?
I have.
You have a cooler up on board?
No, not a bomb bar when I worked the rooftop bar. But I've definitely thrown up behind the bar quite a few times.
I've never done that. I've never thrown up at work unless I was really sick. Yeah, that's probably a good thing. I would say that oh god, I just had a point, but I fucking lost it. I don't remember. We can go on to the next topic. We can cut this whole part out too. Of me just forgetting what I was talking about.
I don't know. I've never gotten sick. Actually, no, I have gotten sick at Tonic and I felt better and then I ended up working. But like when you smell that alcohol, like stale alcohol from the night before when you're working, I had to drink a Bloody Mary.
I remember what I was going to say now.
Go for it.
It was, so as a manager, you have to get there at like 9 a.m. or something like that and open up the whole place. And so and it takes like 30 minutes to do and people don't show up till 11. So there's definitely been times where I've been hungover and I'll like open up the restaurant in 30 minutes, just like unlock one of the doors and just like go sleep in a booth just so like employees can get in the back. And I'll just sleep in a booth for like an hour and a half. Hopefully I don't lose my job. I don't manage that much in the mornings. And actually I did get taken off of Monday or Sunday mornings when I was managing because I would end up going out Saturday night and then I would show up late. And so, yeah, it's just better for me to work Sunday nights.
I think they know you now. They know your schedule. They know your antics, so they're not going to put up with it. They're like, whatever, fuck it. Yeah. Put them on Saturday mornings and don't schedule them on Sunday morning.
Yeah, I can do a Saturday morning. It's not hard for me not to go out on a Friday night. But Saturdays after I'm working a long day, I'm like, yeah, I want to see my friends.
Do you guys start drinking again when you're hungover the next day do you start drinking?
I'll
Then it
take
goes
like
away?
a shot. I'll
Yeah.
do like one shot and then I'm good. I'll do my hangover recipe when I have to bartend is a shot of Rumpelmans and I just down a Red Bull and then I'm good for the rest of the day. It's the most. It's
I
the.
wish that's how my
It's
hangovers
the.
went.
It's the worst thing you can do to your body. It's absolutely terrible, but
It works.
It works for me, anyways. I don't think it works for most people.
Sleep, my bed. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
works for me.
Yep.
And some chicken broth, not
Yep.
chicken noodle soup, chicken broth.
Just straight broth.
Just straight warm chicken broth or pickle juice.
Did you do that before you came here?
No, I'm not hungover.
Probably should have.
Why?
Because your voice, dude.
Can't help it. I can't. It's starting to
Just kidding.
hurt.
I'm giving you shit.
I was calling turkeys, okay?
That is, yeah. When you were out in the elements,
When you're out in the wild and you're calling your big turkeys in.
you're sharing a bush with a turkey.
Man.
I missed the hat memo today, guys. What the hell?
I know,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I have hat hair. I'm not taking it
Yeah,
out.
me too. That's why I wear mine.
You have no fucking hair.
All right. How about? Oh no, we'll take
Gets
a break.
one joke out. Gets one joke out about me.
Because it was just so mean.
No, I'll let you have this
I'm
one, Anna.
trying not to be mean.
I'll let you have this one. We give you enough shit that I deserve it. I deserve it. At least I can admit it.
Oh no.
I would hope so.
Okay, what's the next
All right.
topic,
How
Haley?
about serving people you don't want to serve?
Oh, that's always
How
a
often
blast.
does that happen?
Not enough.
Wait, you want it to happen more?
No,
This
we
is
went
not-
over this last time.
this is
That's
not enough.
sarcastic when she says
Yeah,
that.
okay. Okay. I was gonna say this is a new thing for
Not
me.
No, I don't. It's never really happened. It's not that big of a deal.
So yeah, I would say for me, it's definitely happened, not like few and far between. Like it doesn't, because obviously, like if you're like dating somebody or something, and then whatever happens, and then they know where you work, you know, so it's like they're gonna probably avoid that place. That's what I've experienced, anyways.
I've had people come in that I've ghosted that probably didn't know that I worked there, and I just have to be like,
Nice.
"How are you?
Oh my god.
It's so good to see you."
It's so wonderful to see you. Do they ever bring up that you ghosted them or anything like
No,
that?
they just like mosey up to the bar and they're like,
Mosey
order.
up to the bar.
So
like I
so
can tell they
awkward.
don't want to come up and talk to me, but they like want to drink. All their friends are there, and I'm like,
That's why. Okay.
How many of
Sorry.
those does that happen?
it's only been like 3.
Yeah, that's
you
girl
trying
for
to
10.
convince me? No, that was like,
No, I went through a phase. Okay, God.
It's never a phase, mom.
no.
I'm just kidding.
People know where I'm
That
at, and they
doesn't
want to
happen
talk
to
to me.
you?
They just come to my fucking bar. No, seriously, because I don't really message people back. Like, they get mad at me that I don't have time to hang out with them. And I was like, well, you don't pay my bills, I do. So if you want to come and hang out with me and see me, you know, the bar is where to come and get me.
Or the opposite. They don't want to see you, so they won't go to that bar.
That too.
Unless you're Haley.
No, I don't think they'll be that.
Well, and it's usually, I guess what I've experienced too is like, well, I've had like regulars try to like hook me up with their daughter or something.
Oh,
and it's
shit.
like, that's a whole nother thing. But it's like, and then, you know, I'm just like not interested or whatever. And so then they'll come back in and be like, you never texted her. I'm like, I know. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
I don't know how to tell. Like, it would be easier to talk to her than your fucking mom. Like, I don't know. That's just what I've experienced, I guess. But it doesn't happen very often.
I don't really have parents come in and try to.
Well, it's like a regular was coming in
Oh,
and then
yeah,
trying to
no.
hook me up with her daughter. And then I was like, no, I'm not interested.
Yeah, none of my regulars are old. Well, actually, they are old enough to have children. They're just not old enough to have children my age. So, like, they're kind of like, they're in their 40s, like late 30s, early 40s. So, them having a kid my age, they probably would have had them younger. But, like, none of my regulars have kids that would be my age. So, I don't have to worry about anything like that.
Do you have like regulars that come in that you know they like get like too fucked up or like they get weird when they get too drunk and you're just like, ugh.
And you don't want to serve them?
Yeah.
I have that, especially at the restaurant.
Not anyone in particular. I like weird.
I want to work at Tonic. What the fuck?
I like weird. We got some weird people, but I mean, they're not weird to where, like, they're being weird towards me. They're not
Yeah.
really weird towards anyone else.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have any regulars that do that because
That's great.
we all like hang out with each other. Like I went on vacation with a couple of my regulars to Florida, which was a lot of fun. But no, none
Did
of
you
them.
tell them that you quit when you went out there? And then they're like, we're
this
not your
happened
regulars. Is that why they like went out there with you?
This happened last year.
Oh, okay. Just trying to put up a timeline here. That's it.
This happened last year. I went on vacation with my regulars, and we went to Clearwater. It
Okay.
was a lot of fun, and they like had like all these like little hole in the wall bars that they like to go to out there, which was
Fun.
really cool.
Have you gone on like coworker trips? Like just like a bunch of coworkers like go travel somewhere?
No, not yet, but we have like party buses and things like that for employee parties.
Oh, well, so I've done that before with our group of like bartenders and stuff. Is that we'll all like we've gone to Florida, we've been to Austin, Texas, and like gone to a bunch of different places together, and we're just a good group of friends. But yeah, those are always so much fun because you just like know how everybody's gonna be. Oh, and then also another time we went to Vegas, and one of our regulars was out in Vegas, and like because they all go to the Iowa State games, and I could care less, and so they were all out there because they're all big Iowa State fans. So it was like weird, like a coworker group of friends, and then me like a regular group of friends, like regulars that are a group of friends out there. That was kind of cool because then
That's
we all like
crazy.
hung out.
Our regulars like to party, man. I can't keep up, especially when I'm not drinking and we start drinking. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
I am not. I cannot keep up. I don't try to keep up. So, do you guys ever do anything with your regulars? I mean, you guys have do you have regulars that you hang out with?
I mean, yeah, kind of.
I mean, we
but
don't really hang
I
out,
feel
but-
like a lot of the regulars are Jacob and Jeremiah's friends, so it's like their friend group, but like I don't necessarily.
Weren't you
hang out
guys
outside of
gonna
her.
do like a coworker trip though? Like weren't you gonna go to the Iowa, what was it? The Hawthorne Heights, Iowa is for lovers.
Maybe-
I guess
I didn't work there then.
you might
I
not
don't
have been,
think so.
yeah. Well, I think that was a thing, but I don't think it went through. But
Maybe I'll bring it up.
yeah,
Yeah, bring it up, see where it goes, where it lands.
yeah. Especially with all the renovations in right now, it's probably a great time to bring
Yeah,
it up.
actually, I'll keep that
When
one to
all of
myself for a
us-
little bit.
when
all of
When
us-
it's
After the
all done,
renovations.
yeah, we'll celebrate and go somewhere.
When all of us drink together, I don't know. Like all my coworkers, we party.
I thought you just said you couldn't keep up. Which is it, Andrew?
No, I'm telling you, I can't keep up. But like they party. Like we house down a lot of bottles. Like,
Nice.
oh, man,
That's so fucking cool.
no, it's not. I look at us and go, God, we're degenerates. Who hurt us?
But that's why like when we all went out to Vegas, it was like we all were drinking a lot, probably way more than we needed to, and it was my like 26th birthday or something like that. So when we went out there, I was like, let's go out for 5 days. I've never been out there before.
5 days in Vegas?
Terrible idea. Worst, one of the worst. By day 3, I was like, get me the fuck out of Vegas. And my the last day there, like we flew out on my birthday. So like we spent the night before drinking, and that plane ride was just awful. And it was like, yeah. So it was one of those things where it's like we have to stop. We have to stop. Someone's gonna die or throw up at least. But yeah, for vacations, highly recommend as long as you have a good group of friends. To go
I highly
with.
recommend like holidays with regulars and things like that, though, too.
That'd be cool. Oh, like at the bar. Like
Yeah.
Christmas parties and stuff.
Yeah,
We do that
like
too.
whatever they want to go and do. Like a lot of the holidays that I do work, because our bar is open 365 days a year, depending on if there's like an emergency or whatever. I make a lot of money on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Eve. The day before Thanksgiving is huge, and the 4th of July. Last year I got my butt kicked. You were there, weren't you there?
Was I drinking?
Yes.
Don't know.
Okay. I think you were there.
I could have been.
Regardless, I'm pretty sure you were there, and I got my ass handed to me. I wasn't even supposed to be working that night. Yeah. And Brooke called me and asked me if I could come in because she wasn't having a good day, and I was like, yeah, sure. And
This was Christmas Eve.
no, this is 4th of July.
Oh.
And I came in, and Annie's ended up closing earlier, and they all came
It
over.
stayed open.
Yeah.
We don't typically get super busy like on holidays or anything like that, but like we'll have like Christmas parties and stuff, and we'll invite regulars. Well, some regulars, not all of them. Some of our regulars get kind of weird, but other than that, what, should I not have said that?
No,
No. It's like there's some of them are fucking weird.
No, Brooklyn would have like 4th of July parties for all of us coworkers that aren't working, and she would have a pool party for us, and we'd go over there and hang out and party, and some of the regulars would come too.
That's cool. I've been in that pool before.
With Patrick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good pool. Good
yeah,
pool.
that's
Highly
a lot.
recommend.
Yeah, that's where we all used to go and hang out when we were in high school and things like that. I was in junior high, but we're besides the point. We definitely have a good time on the 4th of July. I don't know if we'll do that again this year because I think her and I are working again. 4th of July was on a Wednesday last year. It's going to be on a Thursday. Yeah, so her and I are both working.
What days do you guys actually close? Like for holidays? Like is it only like 3 or 4 days a year or something like that?
No, we don't close at all.
Ever. Because we close once for our cleaning party, and then we close another time for our Christmas party. And those are the only 2 times a year that we're closed.
Nope, we never close. If we're doing like a cleaning party, we go in earlier before Tonic opens. So like,
what time? Don't you guys? Oh, well,
we
you
open
guys
it at 3 during the weekdays.
Right.
So then we can get there earlier. And then when we have our holiday parties and things like that, we have startenders that come in and bartend while all of us are out and having fun.
What if we did a poor
That's
people star tending
fun.
cast? That would be cool.
So yeah, no,
do
we're
that.
open 365 days a year unless the place is burning down.
What if we did do that? That would be a really cool thing. That like we did it at each of our bars. We have like all 3 of us bartending. Do you think we would work well together?
Yeah. I think so.
I think so too.
You just stand
I
on
don't
your
know if Anna would work well with us.
You just stand on your side.
Yeah. But if we do it at 3 different bars, like we do it at Bomb Bar and Tonic and the OP, that would be really fun because then we can see the dynamic of each one.
Yeah.
Because I've never worked in a downtown bar. So
Well,
like,
you've seen how I work.
yeah. And I definitely want to get in your way.
I slip and fall at work.
Well, I've worked behind like you before when I've been like filming there and stuff. But I'm usually just staying out of your way. Otherwise, I get yelled at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happens. Someone told me that I have this book on how to talk to people at work. Like, what's the best way instead of saying or like, I want you, stop laughing.
I just picture it just like someone's like, "Hey Anna, can I get a vodka tonic?" And you're just like,
No,
hold on. I gotta figure this one out. Let me look through my
no,
book.
it's just
Yes.
having a I hate you.
Hold on. No ice, please. Oh fuck. Hold on. You're just going through all the pages.
It's more about like having an appropriate conversation with someone instead of like using better words instead of making them feel like I'm belittling them, or like if someone asks you, does that make sense? That really makes someone feel like they're not smart. And I don't like that. I don't like to make someone feel like that they're not illiterate or anything like that. I just want them to like, hey, like, I just want to be on the same page. Does this work for you? Like, do you understand? Like, when you say, do you understand? Like, some people don't like that either. And I'm not trying to make them seem like they're stupid or anything like that. I'm just genuinely asking a question. So that's why.
You're trying to say like you would find a different way to say, does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay.
So then it doesn't make them feel like they're any less.
What's the title of this book called?
How you say it at work.
Okay.
Is that when you're talking to customers, like, or
No, it's like
coworkers?
with my coworkers, because like sometimes when I speak to people, I'm not asking them, I'm telling them.
Yeah.
And there is a difference. And when I'm telling someone, I still say please and thank you, but like I'm not supposed to be telling someone what to do. If I want their help, I should be asking them, not
Make sure
telling
you
them.
bring that book when we do this. When
Yes.
we do that segment.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I love that book. I absolutely love it because it definitely helps me with other businesses that I talk to. Like if I want to go get hired at the hotel to do their branding and marketing, or doing, a different bartending gig, a private bartending gig, I can have a better English language with sounding professional. That's what it is. I would like to sound professional when I speak to people, and I don't want to belittle them or anything like that. So that's another thing, like with coworkers. I would love to work with both of you. I just sometimes I get in the go mode and I'm like, do this, do that, get out of my way. And I don't mean it in a mean way. I've think of a million things at once.
I will definitely say I've definitely been guilty of that. Like, especially when I'm like working Expo and like there's all this food coming out and stuff. And they'll be like, so let me just lay it down basically, is that like we ring in appetizers separately as like the food meal, so that the kitchen gets appetizer on its own ticket and you can take that out first. Well, and a lot of people don't like to do that. So they'll be like, oh, well, why didn't my appetizer go out? And then I'll be like, well, it wasn't rang in that way. Basically, it's like no one knows that it's an appetizer because it's not rang in separately. Mm-hmm. And then they'll be like, well, I put as appetizer on it. I was like, well, did you ring it in the right way? Like, it's like one of those things where it's like, I don't want to be shitty to you, but it's also like, it's not their fault.
Though.
Yeah.
Like they're getting frustrated with you for their mistake. And then that's where like people need to.
And then they'll start like yelling at the kitchen or something like it's their fault. And I'm like, no, it's not their fault. They're doing their job exactly how it gets printed on the receipt. You're not doing your job. And so it's like, obviously I won't even go into that much detail. I'll just be like, you're supposed to ring it in this way, But it is definitely something that it's like, I probably could have gone about that a little bit better. You know, but
I was talking to my boss on the phone this morning and I was like, whoa. And I was like, hang on, I need a minute. I need a minute. And he was like, okay. Yes, I go, it's not that big of a deal. I understand what I did wrong, but I need to have everyone else be on the same page and doing it as well, because it's not just me. And I'm very anal and adamant when it comes to counting the drawers. So like
there's people I don't let count my drawers.
Yeah. So like the bundles, obviously like at the end of the night you're tired, right? So last night one of my bundles was over $3, and then one of my bundles was short $5, and then the other one was over $3. So obviously I only owe $2 into the drawer. Well, I'm like, I didn't count any of those bundles that I didn't use. I just counted them as like ones are 25, so that's 100, right? When I count my bundles, I count them out in fives, especially with one, so I know it's 25, and then I count to 20 with the fives, because 25s equals $100. So like I was off by $2, which is fine. I mean, like that's a common mistake,
right.
But I didn't count the bundles that I didn't use. So like we need to, as a whole, as a team, we have to count all of our bundles now, because apparently like we've been off $5 one week, $5 whatever week. It could be me, could not be me. Regardless, I'm gonna obviously fix the drawer. It's $2. It's not that big of a deal. But when it's constantly happening every week, it's like, okay, I'm not counting the bundles that I didn't use, so I should do that. You know what I mean? And that's what KP and I were talking about. So, but yeah, I mean, do you have any issues like that when you talk to Jacob or anything like that? Is there?
Sometimes the drawer is set wonky. Like we set the drawer to 300 at the end of every night, and sometimes it's like off, and I don't know that until like I have already set it to 300, and then it prints off the receipt and it says the drawer is supposed to should be at like 260 or something, and I was like, why? And I probably could, but I don't know how to go in and like see like what went wrong there, so I just text Caleb or Andrew usually, and I'm like, hey, I don't know why the drawer is off, but it's set to 300.
Or maybe they just didn't reset it after they pulled their tips out, and they're supposed to reset it at the end of the night. Because we have to reset our drawers, and sometimes we don't. Some people, like, I forget sometimes too, and we have to reset our cash drawers.
And we all use Toast, right? Yeah, okay. Well, I was going to say too is like when I'm closing, like as a manager or something, almost every night, like I'll leave all the like closeouts and everything like on the desk in the office, and I'll like leave a note like, I probably did this wrong. If there's anything that you need me to change, or if you have any questions, let me know. And I find out most of the time I am doing it right. It's usually just something happened, or some money like maybe was given out too much or something. I don't know. It could be anything, but yeah, I definitely am like, please tell me if I did something wrong. And nobody ever tells me that I did anything wrong.
That's
so
how
it's
I feel too. Like when I first started, I was like, I think I'm doing this right. They're not telling me I'm doing it wrong. So
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? I mean, I want someone to tell me when I'm wrong. I want to fix it. Like, why are you taking $2 out of your pocket when I was the one that closed that night before? Like, you don't need to be doing that. So yeah, that's just the conversation that we had. Was I was like, well, and he's like, well, you should have counted the blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, yes, you're right. It tastes like vinegar coming out of my mouth saying that you're right, but just give me a minute.
Yeah.
He doesn't hear that too often when I say, yes, you're right. It's like, whoa, are you feeling okay? What did you do to Anna?
Is everything okay? Is everything okay?
I can correct my bad behavior? Like, what?
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Shit happens, you know. We just try to do the best that you can. I think that's really all that really matters.
I kind of don't like working when I'm having an anxiety attack.
No, that's kind of the worst.
How often do you think, like a full-on panic attack?
I've had two.
God.
I've had two. Haley?
We both looked at you.
I've had a few. On Friday was not a good night. I had like a full-on panic attack for no real reason. Like it wasn't even like super busy. I was just like, I felt like I wasn't just doing a good job in general, and I kept like fucking spilling shit. And then I can usually like take the like silly funny bullshit from like, you know, coworkers and regulars. They just like to give me shit, and I usually give it right back. But I just couldn't do it on Friday. And I just started fucking crying, and luckily Andrew and Caleb were there, and Caleb like stepped in and worked for me, and I just cried in the bathroom for a little bit, and then I went and took a walk. But yeah, I have those nights every once in a while.
Well, and it's definitely harder too when like you're used to getting shit from everybody, because I get shit from so many people, and it's like I can take it, you know. It's not that I can't take it, but then there are those days where it's like you're having a terrible day, you know, whatever's happening at home or whatever, and then you're just like, you're having a panic attack, and then they're still shitting on you, and you're just like, I will fucking jump over this bar right now and attack you. That's how it feels sometimes. And I've definitely had those moments too, where it's like out of nowhere just a panic attack will come on, and you'll be like, what am I doing here? And it's like all this shit, and it's definitely not fun.
Yeah, and trying to, you know, serve customers while you're like mid panic attack, and
you got all this other shit going on in your head. Yeah. Not fun.
No. And then whenever I like get overwhelmed.
Oh, that's mine. You mind helping me out? I ordered that from the bartender.
Can I have
that's
one,
beautiful.
please?
Wow.
Can I get an NA1, please? Thank you.
I think I just spilled.
Have you ever like taken a 5-10 minute break and like walked outside of the bar, or do you usually?
Yeah.
Okay, so whenever I do that, there's just so many drunk motherfuckers out there, and they're just like, they're either laughing because I'm crying, they're like, what the fuck's wrong with you, or like they just like say something, and which just obviously sets me off more, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, these fucking drunk assholes. Like, no remorse whatsoever.
Oh, I've done that, but I walked out the back door and I screamed really loud, and like there was people on the patio, and I didn't really care, and they're like, are you okay? I go, mentally, no. Physically, yes.
Yeah.
I actually had to call Mason to come and help me one night. I just couldn't. There was like, the noise was too much for me. I don't know what was going on, but he came and worked for me. And then one Sunday I was driving to work, and I got a really bad like sharp pain in my chest. Like I was like, oh my god, this hurts really bad. And like I said last week, you know your body the best. I drove myself to the hospital because I thought I was having a heart attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
But was it just a panic attack?
It was just a panic attack.
Dude, I've called the ambulance because I've had a panic attack. And it was the first one I ever had, though, so I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, and they say like it's kind of equivalent to having a heart attack, the way that you like your symptoms are.
Yeah.
And you're just not.
I was like hyperventilating so bad that I couldn't feel like my face or my chest or my hands or anything.
Yep.
I literally thought I was dying, and then like as soon as the ambulance came up, they're just like, "Yeah, you're having a panic attack."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What? I'd never experienced it before." So, and then now I realize I have anxiety.
Yeah, and that's okay to have that, especially when you are bartending and talking to people. Like, if you feel that way, you can tell your regular or call your boss and be like, hey, I can't come in. I mentally cannot do it. And that's what I said to Mason too. So.
Well, and I think it's one of those things too, is like, there is like an added amount of pressure like when you're bartending, and especially when you're going through something like an anxiety attack or a panic attack or just even having a shitty day, like all that pressure, and then your friends come in, they start giving you shit, or you walk out to get a breather, and any of those things can happen. And like especially downtown, I think walking out to get fresh air is like kind of harder to do just because there's always people around. But like I can walk out into the like the little trash area that we have and just like kind of have like a breath of, well, it's trash air, but I mean like it's where I belong. but no, it is. I think that is important, and I think it's also important to have an understanding manager who maybe at least knows how to deal with a situation like that, or not, if not experiences it themselves. I think that's important, just to let them fill in for you for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or however long you need to take a breather. And it's just, yeah, I think that means more that like your managers and stuff care about you than anything else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm so thankful that they were there because I didn't want to have to call them, but they immediately just hopped up and they're like, yeah, however long you need. Like, we got it.
Yeah.
Like, it's no big deal. Take your time.
Man.
Yeah.
No. Have you ever had like a family emergency happen while you were
Multiple
at work?
times.
I had to leave work one day because I got a really, really bad phone call. Because like all my friends know that I'm at work, right? Well, one of my friends called me twice one day. And this is when I was working out at the golf course. And she was like, hey, like, you need to call so-and-so and figure something out. And I'm like, okay. So I called them. They told me what was going on. And I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it because I talked to this person the night before. Well, one of my very good friends ended up passing away. And I couldn't work. Like I tried to go back on the golf course and start working because I couldn't get a hold of my boss. I ended up having to call my other boss at the bar that I work at, and he's like, don't worry about it. Like, I'll call so-and-so because he was friends with him or whatever. That was really, really, really bad. Like trying to not be upset or cry or think about a million things at once, especially when you're serving people out on a golf course. It was definitely really hard. Not having to... that day was just so blacked out. Like, I just remember getting that, and I was like, I am not working. I'm going. I left. I literally parked my golf cart because I was a beer cart girl, and I left. It was a very, I don't, if you have a family emergency and you need to leave and you can't get a hold of someone, you tell all of your people that are in your bar, and you're like, hey, I have a family emergency. You guys need to leave. Your tabs will stay open. I have to lock the bar up. It will reopen, or if they want to close out, whatever, close them all out. But if you have a family emergency, that is more important than what's going on. And
Absolutely.
Just lock everything up and head out that back door and let your boss know what's going on. And, like, that's what he told me to do as well. Like, if I can't get a hold of him, just text him and be like, hey, this is what's going on. Like, someone needs to come in right away, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, that day was not fun. I hate getting family emergencies at work.
Yeah. Well, and especially if it's like a friend or something, too, is like, it's just as, I mean, to me, that is family. Like, I don't have any brothers or sisters or anything. So it's like a lot of my friends I would treat as my brothers and sisters, So it's like, I would still do the same thing for a friend or a family member, parent, whatever it may be. Maybe if like my squirrel got like died or something like that, I probably wouldn't. But like, I don't have a squirrel, but I'm just saying, like,
You seem like the kind of guy who would have.
Where's Lenny?
I have a cat that looks like a squirrel, but no, yeah, I think that is like just managing, like, I guess your anxiety, and if you're having family problems or situations like that, like, I think that's just definitely important that you can have a manager that can fill in for you, or if you need to close the bar, that they're understanding of that. I think that's super, super powerful, and definitely means it's like they care about you, and that it's a good place to work at. I think I already said that, though.
Oh, have you guys ever changed a keg?
Oh yeah, I love changing kegs, but I get so pissed off when people don't do it right.
Why?
Because
how can you not tap a keg correctly?
Oh, believe me, there's so many different ways. You
don't even have to tap a keg. Fuck you.
Yeah. You guys don't have any bar tabs?
No, at other jobs, I've been like shown how to do it like a couple of times, but I never had to do it, so I don't know if I
Have you ever changed out like a soda dispenser?
Nope. I mean,
Haley, you are
about to jump up
listen
right
when
now.
I tell you. I know how to do it.
Okay.
Because I've been there while it's usually like when I'm fucking busy and I ask someone else to do it for me.
Yeah.
But no, I haven't. Sorry.
You are a newbie.
Yeah.
Fresh.
I told you.
That's okay. I mean, Bombard doesn't serve tap beer, right?
No.
No.
Do they even have a tap for beer?
No.
Are you guys getting some in the basement though?
That's a good question. I don't know. Probably not.
I don't remember.
Probably
if he
not.
said he was or not. So we have 15 taps. How many do you guys have?
Fuck. I don't know. We have a lot.
You have at least 15. Or
at least
probably
16.
10.
At least 16 at
You
the
have
most.
3 different
How many taps are on a draft well? It's not 5. I have more than 5.
I think we have 7.
Definitely 14 for sure, at the most.
Now I'm confused. Now I think we have 15. We have. I think it. Fuck. I don't know. I have no idea.
Should we call who's working right now and figure out how many taps are on there?
And call him on the podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know who's working there right now.
Hey.
Well, you could call.
Hey, Siri.
I can Google it. I don't have. Wait. Hey Siri, who are you talking to?
My phone.
Your phone.
I wanted to call someone.
Here, let me just look it up. Average taps on a bar.
It's 14 probably.
6 to 8 taps.
So yeah, I do have 16 taps then I was right.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
I think we have.
We're getting Easy Eddie, just so everyone knows.
Oh really? On tap?
Yes, we are.
Nice.
Finally.
We have 16 taps, but we only have 15 because we do 2 of them with Bud Light.
Ah, okay.
So that's why we have 15.
Because you go through so much Bud Light. You do pitchers though, right?
No, we don't.
No. Okay.
No, we do not, and I'm so glad we don't.
So how do you tap your kegs?
Well, our system is like, what do you mean how? Isn't it kind of the same for everybody?
Sometimes you like twist it and you have to like hit the little like floaty thing. We don't have that.
Oh, you have the automatic ones.
Yeah, so like when we twist it on there, when we press it down, it automatically like goes in there, so we don't have to do the floater.
Yeah, so we have the little ping pong ball in ours, and you twist it on, you push it down. Have you ever? Okay, hold on. Yeah, so you push it down, and then you like push the top button, and then you have to release the air, and then put it back up, so it like closes. Okay.
I've done that before.
It's a 3-step process. It's really not fucking hard at all, but so many people will like not twist it on right so that it's like suctioned, or they won't like fill the canister thing, whatever it is, or they'll do everything and then they'll push it in and then just leave it when you're supposed to pull it back out. That's at least how we do it for our system. But it drives me nuts because they'll change these like kegs so often, and it's like they do it wrong every single time, and then they're like, I don't know why it's not working. It's like, you're not doing it right.
I don't like changing kegs because I get kegs. So I change so many kegs, and when we do it, like when you're getting a beer, and then that's when like the final last of the beers in the keg and it blows up all over you. 9 times out of 10, I wear more beer on me than I do liquor.
Oh, by far.
It is so annoying. I hate it.
By far.
So then you go back to the keg, and let's say that someone's trying to like run the keg through because they're trying to make sure that you actually tap the keg. Well, as I'm doing that and I put the thing on there, it's gonna spray me.
Oh yeah.
Don't do that. Don't mess with the handle until you see me come out, because I get it all over me back there too. Mm-hmm. And kegs are heavy too.
Yeah. They're super heavy.
If I could throw around a keg, oh man, those things are
heavy. Empty keg.
No, I pick up.
You pick up full ones by yourself.
Full kegs, yes.
Damn, girl.
And I put them on top of them. Like I have to move them too, because if I have an empty keg and the one keg, like let's say that I have like extra kegs back there and they're not like set underneath, the right one is not underneath it, I have to move that keg.
Oh, we have ours like come in like in order, so they're like just top down.
Everything is organized back there because I organized the cooler. But like what I'm saying is that if I have an extra keg from last week and I just got delivered that week, and we put like let's say I put Ultra on top of Miller Lite because it was an extra keg that was sitting there and it just needed to be up on it, and my Ultra didn't come until the next week, I have to move that Ultra underneath to get to tap it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I pick up kegs.
yeah, that's definitely not fun. Especially if you guys have the automatic system though, so that's pretty nice. At least.
Yeah. So like, I just don't like tapping kegs, and sometimes it like scares people too, because if you don't have it all the way open and it's hissing at you, you're gonna blow beer all over you.
Oh yeah. How many times do you think you put like done that where you like twist it on and it just goes poof, like all over you?
Cherry limeades. Tonic bombs every time. I can't not do it because we use a reusable keg and the little topper on it wasn't closed, it was open, so it shoots right back up at me when the air gets in it.
I've only had it happen like to me maybe twice where I've actually been like sprayed, and it's like, I mean, it's so forceful that it's like your shirt soaked, like
when you're busy so and you're trying to tap a keg and you get like all over you,
and it like hits your face too, and it's like because you're standing over the keg like this trying to twist it on, and then it just goes like all over you. Oh dude, it's the worst. It's literally the worst.
Damn, that sucks. That sounds fucking terrible.
Cannot relate.
I'm so glad that you just work at Bomb Bar and all you have to do is just open up cans.
I love Bomb Bar.
I'm just gonna shake up a beer and hand it to you and see if it explodes on you now. Just so you understand the feeling, because you have nothing but fucking cans.
Yeah.
Not even bottles. The only bottle you have is an NA Corona and a Corona. Is that what you're telling me?
High Life.
High Life.
Fuck.
High Life and NA Corona.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, Andrew and Caleb been on a High Life kick, huh?
They haven't
Yeah,
for
that's what
less
they drink.
since I've known them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. Do you
Why?
because like it's just sometimes they change their drinks and sometimes they don't. I mean, like it's Daytona Corona. That's what they drink. I mean,
Oh
it's
yeah,
all on it, put
Caleb
lime in it.
always used, or not Caleb. Andrew always used to drink like whiskey cokes or something, or rum and cokes, didn't he? I guess. I don't know, but I have seen him drinking the Miller High Lifes more lately.
Have you guys seen the TikTok? Sorry, I just have to say
You're
it.
good.
That,
Go for it.
That it's like when you're trying to have a serious conversation at the bar, but there's tahini on your rim. They're just like keep
It's
licking
like-
their gum. They're just like, I've been doing that the past hour with these fucking cherries. I'm just like, I just really want.
Did not realize that you were doing that.
Sorry.
You've been eating them the entire
No,
time.
I've wanted to.
Oh, I would have just like.
I'm
licked
just trying to listen to you guys about the fucking kegs, and I'm just like, I really want to fucking eat those cherries.
Like, I don't
Look at
even
it
know what a keg
and
is.
eat it. Fuck that keg. I don't give a shit.
All right. Always wrap it up. Poor people.
For richer or
For
poorer.
richer, for poorer.
Why do you look at me to say it? Haley's the one that says it.
How do you forget it every
I
time?
don't know. I keep getting poor decisions
okay.
and everything mixed up.
For richer, for poorer. Thank you for watching Poor People.
Woo!
God damn it.